Hey guys, Desolate Magic here and Final Fantasies. What, you're still talking about that? That's like, what, are you rubbing two sticks together to light a fire to cook your dinner? That's caveman crap. What? That's outdated. That was like a week ago. That isn't even for sale anymore anywhere. We've already moved on to the next thing, you fossil. It's time for Edge of Eternities. Oh shoot, it's Tezzeret. I thought he died like 3 times. Apparently Tezzeret wanted to escape to the only place not infected by capitalism, space. So here's all the spacerific set symbols for the different crap they're going to try and sell you. Wait till you hear the MSRPs on this one, by the way. But they did a big reveal, so let's just look at what we're in for. First up, we got this fruity looking fellow who once again looks like that one guy from Wham. I guess it's a callback to Battle Bond. And he's got a cute little kitty, so, alright. I'm sure he won't climb up to the ceiling and flip some switches and then blow up the spaceship at 3 a.m. when he gets bored. So it's Sammy, ship's engineer. Have you ever met a guy named Sammy with an eye that was normal? Anyway, it's 4-cost, red-white, 2/4, legendary creature, human artificer. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, create a tapped 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Oh good, probably an artifact affinity set. That's what we needed. That actually kind of works with Final Fantasy a little bit. Good luck beating turn 4 Dinosaur Blitz. Oh, and whatever Sammy was down on, their luck, not his luck, their luck. They return to an old comfort, the clinks and clanks of tinkering. You know, if they made it all the way to space, they got the technology to fix people's gender dysphoria. This is completely and utterly ridiculous. Completely unrealistic. So then we got Tezzeret, the cruel and apparently not dead captain. So it's a 3-cost, colorless, mythic, 4 loyalty planeswalker. How he still has a spark, I don't know. Who has a spark, I don't know. How does any of that crap work with the omen paths? Nobody knows. So his passive is whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on Tezzeret. Oh god. And then 0, untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a 1/1 counter on it. That is going to be interesting with Isochron Scepter. -3, search your library for an artifact card with mana value 1 or less, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. Okay, 1 cost fetch, whatever, but you can do some damage with that. That's such commander bait too, by the way. And then -7, you get an emblem with. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 1/1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact non-creature. Creature. Why would I possibly have read it that way? Anyway, Artifact Affinity was rated in a survey in about 2013 to be one of the most annoying mechanics and overall deck archetypes in the entire game, and they've continued to lean into it more and more and more. I'm so glad they did that. Next up, we got a new type of, I don't know, vehicle. I guess it's a spacecraft. So we've got the Sariema. I don't know. It's probably trans too. Double white, 3 costs, 5, I guess. Legendary artifact spacecraft. When the Sariema enters, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle, and it has station. Tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on the spacecraft. You can only do this ability at sorcery speed, because otherwise it'll be ridiculous. And it's an artifact if the power is 7 or higher. So then it's a 5/5, flying. Other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. Okay, so station is just crew, but you only have to do it once. You power it up, it's good. Well, that's good because honestly, crewing never worked. They kind of tried this out with Saddle, but this is going even further with it. And yeah, okay, if they ever want it to work, but creatures that aren't consistently creatures are kind of annoying. And this would be pretty interesting in Limited, but it wouldn't be that interesting in Standard Constructed, where there's no room or time, because they turned it into a modern power level where everybody wins on turn 4, or drags the game out straight to hell on turn 30. It's blitz or control, there is nothing in between, and they've ruined the meta, and every time I see something like this, I just laugh. Now, the question on everybody's mind is rotation happening when this comes out in August? And the answer is yes, we'll be losing Dominaria, the Brothers' War of Phyrexial will be 1, and March of the Machine. So all that old school Phyrexian crap. So bye-bye Sheoldred, bye-bye Obliterator, bye-bye half my decks. But cool, good. But bye-bye not enough dinosaur crap, unfortunately. So yeah, Standard's not really going to change that much. Just going to get a little power down, some decks will drop to tier 1.1, and that's about it. So I guess they've confirmed there's only going to be 2 commander decks with the launch of this. So the front card on one of them is going to be Murica colored, Kilo, Apogee Mind, legendary artifact creature robot artificer 3/3 with haste, and when it becomes tapped, proliferate. which is choose any number of permanents and or players, then give another counter of each kind already there. That's going to be annoying, but without putting green in there, I don't know about that. You can do stuff with like charge counters, but traditional counters, nah, bro. Then we've got Zarel, Genesis Shepherd. So it's going to be a legendary creature insect druid because you can't have space set without insectoids, and it costs 5 black, red, green, 2/5, and flying. You may play lands from your graveyard. Whenever you sacrifice another non-token permanent during your turn, like for example, Evolving Wilds or Fabled Passage or Terramorphic Expanse, put a number of 1/1 counters equal to Zarel's power on up to one other target creature. Doing the old counter dump, pump, and pass. All right, well, he costs 5. Good luck playing that. Next up, we got the Shocklands, baby, Breeding Pool. And then, of course, Godless Shrine, Sacred Foundry, Stomping Ground, and Watery Grave. Then we've got this borderless, textless, non-secret lair disgrace to my eyes, Sothera, the Super Void. Here's the version of it you might be able to afford. Oh, and also the writing that tells you what it does, which I found to be very necessary to play the game. Now, those of you with an 8th grade level of astronomy or higher just threw something at your monitor, chucked your phone out the window, and said, "That's the last straw, I'm done, how dare they?" But for everybody else, that's not a super void. That's a supermassive black hole, you dumbasses. You can see the lensing effect, the accretion disk. A super void is a space between a bunch of galaxies with nothing in it. I've also heard it referred to in more sci-fi to like a portion inside of a galaxy that has very, very few stars for like, I don't know, 100 or 1,000 plus light years. I don't know if it's like defined, but it was on Star Trek Voyager. It was a good episode. Janeway is better than Picard, kiss my ass. So anyway, this gigantic space disgrace is 4-cost, legendary enchantment, double black. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. Oh, that is all kinds of messed up. At the beginning of your end step, if a player controls no creatures, sacrifice this card, then put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control. Because that makes sense, with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. So this makes mono black unbeatable, which is good because I think, did they lose Liliana? I don't know. They definitely lost Sheldred and Obliterator in the rotation at this point. Oh, do I even want to look? I think Liliana was, I just call it M29 because let's be honest, that's what it is. Oh, I'm going to look. This is my winningest deck. Dominaria, son of a bitch. You know what? Mono Black had it coming, but now it's just going to be 100% attrition. You don't even need her or run her anymore. Momentum Breaker and Tonberry, you already got a deck, all right? And that stupid bat. Carsey Revenant. I mean, cornered by Black Mages. You ain't going to lose much in that deck, all right? Except for my superior version of it, so that kind of sucks. Now think about it. What if they decided to go back down to 2 years and have an appropriate level of complexity and card pool to try to buy and build from, and effective power level by reducing the pool by another 1/3, and they got rid of the next 4 sets after that? Just think about how good Standard would be at that point. I am so pissed they changed it to 3 years, and really so is anybody who knows anything. Well, anyway, next up, we got Iconic Cards return on Stellar Sights lands. Oh boy, Stellar Sights. It's the special gifts thing, I think. Well, they said it's on a bonus sheet. It doesn't have a set symbol at all, but they had a special gift symbol, so this is like the special treatment, I guess? I don't know. They don't even give you the information anymore. They're just like, you know what, give us your credit card. Just buy this shit, asshole. I don't need to explain Mutavault. It was really annoying, but now it's kind of out of date compared to the amount of manlands they made these days. And that's why it's only an $8 card these days. Oh, and then there's this version of it too, so explain that one to me. I don't even know. What did they call this? Let's see. Wait, is it Stellar Sights card, and then this one is the poster Stellar Sights card? Because they felt like we needed another frame. Look, the whole special guest thing, I'm all about it. The whole bonus sheet thing, I have actually, before they invented it, years before they invented it, I said, why don't they just take the master sets that they do 2 or 3 per year, some flop and some are like sold out instantly and worth $900 or whatever. Instead of doing that and trying to put all the staff time into that, just break it up and have it as an extra card inside of the normal ass boosters, and then just don't even do a master set. You would just have reprints that aren't even from the set in the booster, and then they turned around and did it. So obviously I'm all for it. I just don't think they should be legal in draft, and I believe I actually said that in the video where I suggested that they do that. I should mention this time around that these might actually be valuable though, because they're all lands, and lands are the most valuable cards. Next to, I believe, artifacts would be number 2 in general. Depends how you measure it, but if you go like top 5% or top most valuable 1,000, that's how you would measure it. Then we got Tezzeret again. This is the borderless triumphant cards. All right. And then we've got borderless land cards, which have been devalued from, oh my gosh, $70 a piece. Back at the first unset to, you might be able to sell this as toilet paper if COVID 2026 comes out. I mean, they look cool, but like, they've just already done this. They've already done borderless cards, or lands. Well, both. Whatever, bet they're worth like $1. I should look up my BFZ ones. I think I still have 5,000 of those. So this is the Play Booster Box. The MSRP in America on one single booster is $5.49 because f*** you. And the box actually doesn't have an MSRP because they're not officially supposed to sell whole boxes. It's a distributor-only thing, and the actual item is called a display. So then we got the Collector's Booster, which one single booster, $24.99. The whole box, who the hell knows? Mortgage your house. Then we got the 2 Commander decks, which are $44.99 each. I'd actually have to strain to think about that. That's not that bad of a price, is it? I mean, I might be thinking of anthologies here. I think they always were $39.99, but whatever. I mean, inflation is a thing, but like, how much did it really affect them? You know what I mean? I don't think ink, paper, and labor went up that high. Then we got, they mislabeled the Fat Pack again and called it a bundle. That's weird. By the way, it really looks like they ripped off a Marvel comic book, a really specific one, actually. Well, this atrocity is $53.99, but they did technically change the contents. It now contains some special boosters. So I don't know. It's not on here, so I don't remember. Why would they ever put what's in the product on the outside of the product? It's probably on the back. Then we got the pre-release kit. Now, I've been assured by multiple black comedians in the past that black people aren't going into space. Okay, that's white people shit. I might have to run this by Al Sharpton, but I'm pretty sure that they're all in agreement that they don't mess around with haunted houses. They just get out of there, and that would be a real short movie. And they aren't going into space either, okay? Walking headfirst into danger, leave that to someone else. So I think Watsy's little missing the mark here, but it makes sense because they, I think I've heard a total of 2 black people ever in the history of their company. And if you want to learn more about that, go watch my playlist called Watsy Did a Racism. So the initial debut, which they just released chapter 1 of the story and showed the initial cards and the mechanics, right now in that article, literally the Edge of Eternities debut that I'm reading right now is coming out on July 8th, so watch for that. Release date on Arena is July 29th. I think they mean start of spoilers, by the way, but who even knows? I don't think they even know at this point. Pre-release is July 25th through the 31st, and there's a bunch of other dates that are unrelated that they put on there too. Some kind of commander thing, I don't know, whatever, cool. So what do you think? A lot of people are saying this is just like cringe, it's weird, they never wanted a space set. I mean, the backlash isn't anywhere near that of like Final Fantasy or any kind of UB crap being standard legal in canon. That's ridiculous. But people are like, oh, we're going back here. Oh, we're going to that. Oh, this should be interesting. Space. Okay, what is this? I didn't want that. What the hell? This is probably just going to be recycled 80s movie cringe, just like the Haunted House set, and I'm not really looking forward to it. And if the first thing they're going to show off is a they-them Sammy with an eye ship's engineer, I'm not interested. Get ready for the backlash, because people are super done with that shit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you're clearly on the right channel, or go away. I'll see you guys next time.